Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel at Lila Loves to Cook. What's this video about? Well, if you're looking at the title, you realize I am not going to cook. Like I said before, I don't love to cook. I do it because I have to, because we weren't born rich and we can't eat out every day. But one thing I do love to do is makeup. I love doing my makeup. I've been doing it for years, probably since I was maybe 16, since I was able to wear makeup. I thought I'd film a makeup tutorial because I actually get asked a lot about how I do makeup, how I do my hair. So today I'm filming this look for you, not my hair, but my makeup. And I just wanted to share how I do an everyday look with you. If you like it, if you have any questions about it, any questions about the products that I use, please leave them below. I'm really enjoying my journey on YouTube. And like I said, I really don't know where my channel is going, but I do know the things I love to do, the things I like to do, and the things I want to share with you. So join me on this journey. Keep watching. All right, so let's get started with this look. You see what I had to work with. Look at this. This is 42-year-old me. I look like a hot mess express. Choo-choo. It's okay. This is me. And I'm filming this with the towel on my head because I'm actually going to be wearing my hair curly. And I don't want it to dry. So I really look like a hot mess express. But I will tell you that about 2 months ago, I would have never done this video. I've been asked many times by a lot of people, can you show me how you do your makeup? Because I've been wearing makeup since before it was a cool Instagram thing to do. And I'm a mom. I have a 20-year-old kid. I'm 42 now, but I there was never a point in my life where I was like, oh, I don't have time to take care of myself because I have a kid. No, I always made that time because unfortunately, I always say I wasn't born naturally beautiful. I was born with natural potential. I'm not ugly by any means. Anyway, but what I'm trying to say is I always took that time to take care of myself. And no matter if I was going to the grocery store or I was going out to the club back in the day or I was just going to a family barbecue, anybody you ask will tell you I always have makeup. And the reason I say up until about 2 months ago I wouldn't have never done this video is because you see these eyebrows here? There's no makeup on these eyebrows. Before, about I would say 3 months ago, and for many years prior to then, I didn't have eyebrows. Homegirl had like 6 hairs on each eyebrow. I looked like a hot mess. And so I always did my eyebrows, and people always loved the way I did my eyebrows. But I got to the point, I mean, I did them because I had to, because I didn't have much there to begin with. But I got to the point where I was just over it. I was tired of doing my eyebrows. So about 2 months ago, I got them microbladed. There's no makeup on these eyebrows. So now I'm like, maybe I would film a video. And now if you see, I am 42 years old. So there's some stuff going on with this skin. Look, I have age spots. My husband swears I don't. You're just being nice, buddy. Look at, I have age spots. I have a lot of redness in my skin. I have prior acne scars. I got large pores. I got bags. My bags are bigger than the luggage department at O'Hare Airport. Trust me, I carry a lot of bags here. Look at this. I got dark circles. I got it all going on. The one thing I really don't have a lot of is wrinkles. Thank God. Like, look, homegirl, don't have the crow's feet. And if you do, hey, embrace them. I embrace everything about me. I embrace the double chin. I embrace everything about me. But I'm glad that they have makeup to help homegirl out because Lord knows it's a hot mess. So let's get started. When it comes to makeup, I will go anywhere from Ulta to Sephora to Walgreens to Walmart to Target. It doesn't matter. Wherever I find a product and the product works for me is where I will go. I have really sensitive eyes, especially this one. Sometimes when I put on concealer, my eye will just the concealer run right off. I can't get it back on. It'll look like I have a black eye. It's a hot mess. So I'm very picky on some of the things that I use on my eyes. There's some makeup that I can't use at all. Usually what I will use on my eyelids. Usually I start with my eyes first, and the reason I do that is that way if I have any fallout from the eyeshadow or anything like that, I can clean it off before I actually put my face makeup on. So I usually start with my eyes first. And usually on my eyes, I used to use this Shadow Insurance by Too Faced. It works really, really well. But remember when I told you I have really sensitive eyes? I noticed that this started burning after a while and my eyes would run. So my makeup would look a hot mess. So I stopped using that. So what I usually use on my eyelids is either the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer, but this is $30. So I'd only like to use this if I'm going out, or the e.l.f. Hydrating Face Primer. And this is like $6 or maybe 10 at the most. And I put a very, very small amount on my finger like that, okay? I rub it in and I put it right on my eyelid. And I do this just so I can have a base for my eyelid, for my eyeshadow to stay. And again, this is like just to make it last longer, okay? And that's it. It makes it mattifying. But see, I have naturally dark circles. So I always, even if I don't want to wear eyeshadow, I put a very, very light color because I have so much discoloration. I don't want it to look like a hot mess. All right. And that's pretty much what I use this for, is for my eyelids, because it doesn't irritate me at all. Now, I know how to do all the fancy batwing eyeliner, all that, but we're not doing that today, because today we're doing something simple. So today I'm going to use this brush, this slanted brush by Eco Tools. I've had it, it's probably time to replace it. But, and I'm going to take, I usually will take some kind of pearl finish or metallic finish black eyeshadow and line my upper lash line with it just slightly. It's just so I have some kind of definition. And this Tarte palette, this Tarte Rainforest of the Sea palette, I got this free a few years ago in one of my beauty boxes, and you could see the only color I use in there is the black. I don't really like the colors in here. They don't really work really well, but the black does. So all I do is I put the brush in there, tap it, and then I'm gonna just line my lash line, my upper lash line, lightly with it, just to give my eyes some definition. Okay. And when you're holding your eye, try not to pull it too hard. I just pull it very lightly. I was told by a Mary Kay consultant many years ago that that can cause wrinkles. I think I was like 16 when I was told this. So, you know, there's some people that do this. I don't do that. And I don't know if it's true or not, but I've been so used to it. So I just kind of like hold it down just very lightly. And I will tell you this, when you become my age, you start to get little tiny lines here. So it makes it a little bit harder to actually do your, you know, straight edge fancy liner. I can do it, but that's why I just don't do it every day now. All right, so we're gonna do the other eye now. That goes. Okay, so we're gonna do the other eye now. And again, I just lightly go to my upper lash line. Okay. See? All right. Now, let me just finish that off here. Okay. Now what I want to do is I'm going to go in with a hard edge brush, and this is a brush by Royal Royal and Langnickel. Again, it's just a brush I got in my, look, don't look at my brush, it's a little dirty. It's just a brush that I got from my beauty box. I have so many brushes, and I just kind of like, I'm just going to blend that out because I don't want that to look like a harsh line. And the reason I use a hard edge brush is because you're not going to get the same effect with a small brush or with a soft brush. So you want a hard edge brush. So you see the difference? You have, now this line looks a little bit thicker, but it's going to start blending in. And this one's thin, but it's a little bit more straight edge. And I don't want that because I want it to look like a buffed out look. Okay, so I'm just going with the hard edge brush and I'm pulling from the line up. Okay. And I do this look so much that I could do it with my eyes closed. But I'm taking my time, so it's going to take longer today just to show you. But once you do something like this every day, trust me, it's going to be fast. All right. Now I'm using the eyeshadow palette Sex Kitten by Tarte. And I'm going to use the color Paw, which is like kind of like a taupe color. And I'm going to use my fluff brush by It Cosmetics. I think it's It Cosmetics for Ulta. And I'm just going to get the brush in there like this. So, okay. And now when you put this on your eyelid, you want to make sure you don't, so many times I see people just brushing eyeshadow on here, like, and you actually should be like doing it in a circular slow motion. So, and that's how you get the eyeshadow to stay. If you're swiping the eyeshadow on, then what's going to happen is you're not getting the full effect of the color. The only time I do that is when I'm doing like a light, like a light color that I really don't want a lot on my eyelid. I'm just using it for, you know, a little bit of a highlight. Okay. So I'm going to put it all over my lid, up into my crease, slightly into my crease, okay? And there you go. See how it looks even? You don't really see anywhere. That's what you want, okay? Now let me do the other eye. And just want to go into your whole lid, up into your crease. And just gonna do that like a little circular motion. And there you go. Okay. Now you want a transition color. Now transition color basically means, so unless I was doing a dramatic eye where I wanted to look like a smoky eye, then I would do like more black in the corners and buff it out and then do my transition color, but I don't. I just want to do like a more natural color. So I'm going to use the one color that I like a lot for transition color is, and I clean my brush. I actually have a little pad here that I just cleaned it. So make sure you don't do the next color without cleaning off your brush if you don't have more than one. I have more than one, but I just want to use this one. The Too Faced Natural Palette, the color All Natural here in the bottom. Look, you could tell this, I replaced this palette like probably 10 times because I love this palette for just like everyday looks. So I'm going to go into the color All Natural here on the bottom. And I'm going to do the same thing that I just did where I just tap my brush into it. Now I'm going to pick up, so I'm going to put some of this color over what I did and some of it right on top of it. And the reason we're doing it is because we want to soften that line. Okay. So it's a transition color because you want it to look like your color's fading into the next color. All right. See how you see the difference? We have color here. We don't have color there. Now we're going to do our other eye. Just do it the same way. Just in a circular motion, bring that color up. Okay? There you go. Now, the last thing I want to do is a highlight. See, if I walk around like this and my face was done, it would look like a hot mess express, which is what I look like right now. With makeup, I always say things are gonna look worse before they look better. And that can be more true than it. I mean, literally, that's what happens. So when somebody's doing your makeup, always give them a chance to finish it before you're like, I don't like it. Because truthfully, they're not done. So now I'm going to use this Luxe 221 small taper blending brush. It's another fluffy type brush, but I'm going to use this just for the top. And that's usually what the only thing I use this for. And I'm going to stay in this Too Faced All Natural palette. It's the matte one because they have a like a metallic color one or whatever it's called, but this one's the matte one. I'm gonna go into the color Heaven. Can you tell that I really love this as a highlight color? I like it because it's not white; it's like an off-white. So I'm gonna go right above where I put that color to begin with, and then bring it down. That's a trick. If you get fallout, don't try to do it. Go, and it comes right off. Look, you're learning stuff here that you're not going to see on, you know, some makeup guru with 50 million subscribers. You don't get the from them. You get it from me. Okay, so now I took another brush. It's the Luxe 229 taper blending brush. And it's just one that's a little bit bigger than the one I just used. And I'm just going to blend those colors in. Okay. And let me do the other eye. You hear my dog and my husband and my daughter. They're out there acting a fool. There you go. And so blend that together. Can I come? Sorry about that. My daughter came in here. So I finished with the eyes, and see, it just looks like natural. Like it doesn't, well, not natural because nobody's eyes are this dark, but it just looks like, you know, it's like an everyday look. So let's go ahead and put mascara on. And I have so many different mascaras that I like, but the one that I use every day is Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. So, and I'm going to show you a trick in just a minute, but it's only a trick if you feel comfortable doing it. I do it. So one thing, you shouldn't be doing this into your mascara. I don't know if you knew that, but it can bring in bacteria. Again, this is what I was told by my Mary Kay rep back when I was 16. So I don't do that. I just kind of turn it like that and then bring it out. And then you notice how it has a lot of mascara at the end there. Sometimes that can cause clumps. So I always clean it off before I actually apply it. So I just put that clump here. It's my dog trying to get into this room. And I like to go from the outside in. Also, I don't do this. You shouldn't be doing this because you're basically brushing it on. But if you push it in and then brush it out, you get more mascara. So here we go. I'm going to put my applicator at the end of my eye. And I kind of just push it and then bring it out. And if you hear singing, that's my daughter. I don't know if you'll hear her in the background, but if you do, that's what it is. All right. I love this mascara. Okay, so there goes one. And let's do the other one. So I just push in, hold it, and then I bring it out. So if you hear my daughter singing, that's just because you get a makeup tutorial and a show. My daughter loves to sing. I actually have one of her singing videos on my channel. So it's pretty much guaranteed that she's always singing in this house. All right. Now, the one thing I can't stand, this gets on my freaking nerves, is two things. One is, well, the two things I can't stand is either a clump in my mascara or my eyelashes not going the same way. Sometimes you'll get that one that's like, no, I'm not going, and it kind of goes this way. I hate that. So I have a pair of tweezers that I have in a bag all by itself. This is all I use this for. I know it's kind of like, so I've had this for years. And I use it to keep these tweezers. And if you see, it has a little bit of mascara in it because that's all I use these tweezers for. And what I do is, I'm not going to pluck out my hair. Okay, relax. All I'm going to do is I put the tweezers in between the hairs and I separate them if it clumps. Don't pull, because if you pull, you're going to pull an eyelash hair, and don't nobody want that. So if this is something you feel comfortable with, fine. If it's not, again, I've been doing this since I was like 16. Then don't do it, because, you know, it's dangerous, because that's your eye. All right. Disclaimer. If you poke your eye out, don't come for me. You did it because you wanted to. All right. So the other one's fine. This one's good too. All right. See? Look at. We don't put lashes on because we're not going anywhere. Remember, this is just an everyday look. Okay. So if you have not tried primer, I highly recommend that you do, because primer helps to set your makeup, especially if you have large pores in your face like I do. I had acne when I was a teenager. Sometimes I get one or two little blemishes. Look, this is maskne. This is from wearing a mask. But sometimes I'll get one or two little pimples here or there. But for the most part, the majority of the acne that I had was when I was a teenager. So in order to help reduce the size of your pores under your makeup, I strongly suggest you try primer if you haven't tried it before. Now with primer, I use a couple different things. I'm bringing out the ones that I've used that I like, just so you know, I'm just trying to help you out so that you know exactly, what's maybe a good recommendation so you're not wasting your money. Okay, I have oily skin. I do have oily skin. So for me, it's important that I use primer because, again, it helps to set my makeup. If I'm going somewhere, now don't laugh because I cut the top off. This is a tip, and I keep it so that I can remind myself to buy another one. This is a tip. If you're running low on things, always cut the top off. Usually there's more product in there. So if I'm going out for a long day and I want to make sure that my makeup stays put, and this actually works really well with the mask on, so if you need to wear a mask, I use the Benefit Pore Professional pore primer. And I want to say this one, I'm trying to think, was this one $30? Maybe, I don't remember, but this one's expensive. Okay. The other one that I use is this Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. This is another all-day one. And then if I'm home and I'm not going anywhere, I'll use either one of these, either the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer or the e.l.f. Mineral Infused Face Primer. And you could find these both at Walmart, and they're like, I think the little one was like $6, and then this one was $10 maybe. So what I do is you just pump a little bit on your hand, and I put it on my cheeks, on my nose. Actually feels good when you put it on. Like, I don't know, like almost feel like a massage on your face. And then I'm gonna put a little tiny bit on my forehead. Keep in mind not to mess up your eye makeup. So Like this I don't care about because there's no makeup here, see? Those are, like I said, they're microbladed eyebrows. Okay. Now, if you have good skin and, you know, you have even skin tone, there's some women I know that will just put primer on when they don't feel like wearing makeup, and it looks great on them. It just helps to give their face a mattifying look, but I don't look. I don't know if you noticed, I didn't put this under my eye. Reason being is, again, I have sensitive eyes, and I found that when I do that, what happens is my eye starts to tear. So I've been working with these eyes for a long time, trying to figure out what works, what doesn't work, especially this one. And I noticed that when I would wear primer under my eye would start to tear. And when I say primer, I mean any primer. I have probably like 10 different primers in here that I don't use, that I only, like I bought this Milani, like I have so many primers in there that I bought, trying to figure out what was causing my eye to run. Like when I tell you run, like it looked horrible. It looked like I had a black eye because the makeup would run off. Like it was really bad. So I found that one of the things that bothered me was primer, so I stopped using primer under my eye, and it's fine. It doesn't matter. So for my face makeup, what I'm going to use today is, again, this is for my everyday look, but I think this is going to be a foundation I'm probably going to be wearing for a long time, because when I started using, like, I have Clinique, I have everything that you would think, and I found that I started using this a couple weeks ago, and I love it. It's the Maybelline Superstay Active Wear Foundation, and this one is in the color 220 Natural Beige. This is what I'm going to use on my face. Now, sometimes I will put that on with a sponge, a beauty blender, and sometimes I will put it on with a this Real Techniques foundation brush. But today I'm going to use the beauty blender. And this is a new one, but you know what? I have one that I have already opened. I used it like maybe this whole week, actually. And it needs to be washed, but we're keeping it real here, so I'm just gonna use it like this. So do as I say, not as I do. So I'm gonna go ahead and put 2 pumps on here, and when you put this on, do not put it and spread it. You should be pushing it into your skin. That's how you get that even look. And if you find that you're pushing it in and like you have too much, then move it over. Like keep moving your hand. Okay? And I'm going to do my chin. Okay? This is why foundation's important. I know some of us don't want to wear makeup. But if you have some imperfections that you want to hide, this is what you wanted to do. Some people go all the way down on their neck. I just do because this color matches my skin really well, so you really can't see much of a difference. I just do up to under my chin. Okay, look at the difference. Like, it's hiding all of my imperfections. And with me, that's going to be my redness, my skin discoloration, my hyperpigmentation, all that stuff. And if you don't feel like wearing makeup, don't. I mean, that's okay too. But with me, you know, it's something that I've done forever, and it's something that I enjoy, so I do it. All right. If you notice, I did my foundation before I did my concealer, and the reason I do that is because my concealer is a little thicker than my foundation, and when I was putting it on first, look at me looking like a hot mess. When I was putting it on first, it wasn't like, I felt like it just looked funny. Like you could see where one started and one ended. So now, for the past couple of years, I have been putting it over it, and it works just fine. Okay. And normally it takes me about I would say about 15 minutes in the morning, 15, 20, sometimes less. It just depends on what I want to do my makeup. So I'm going to take just a little bit and do my forehead. And with my forehead, I go up to my eyebrow, but I don't go over it. And I'll show you what I use to blend those two together. Okay. Okay. All right, so I'm just making sure there's no spots that seem. Sometimes my little H spots, I feel you could still see them. So I just put a little bit more and then I blend it out. If you haven't tried a beauty blender, it's worth the investment. I know they're like 20 bucks each and you're like, what the hell am I gonna spend $20 for a sponge? But I will say it's probably like, I've tried so many type of beauty type sponges, and this is the one that gets it. Like, I don't know what they did to this. Like, whoever came up with this, I know it was a lady, but I don't know her name. She was a freaking genius because it works so well. I've tried a lot of different sponges, and it's still my favorite one. Okay, so next, you see, if I don't put concealer, look at me, I would look like a mess. So for concealers, and again, if you hear my daughter because she's about to belt out a high note, I can hear her singing louder and louder. I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna apologize because this is all us over here, like all this right here, that over there. You'll hear my dog barking. I love this concealer, but I noticed that recently my eyes been running more and more with this the Sharp Shape Tape. Now, though I love it, I love it, love it, love it. There's something in here that really makes my eyes run, so I've stopped using it. So recently, what I tried and I liked is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Concealer. And this one I think is in the color Ivory. If you want like a highlighted look, you always want to go a shade or a couple shades lighter than your skin, so that when you put it on, it will give you that coverage. So you want to do like a full coverage one, but also so that you get that highlighted look. And I'm going to show you how I do that now. I believe, I don't know, I haven't tried the NARS one. My daughter uses the NARS one. The packaging looks the same, so I'm wondering if this is a dupe for NARS. I'm not sure, but I'm going to try that one next because I haven't used this one to the extent that I've used it all day, so I'm really not sure if it would hold up, like if I'm going out. But so I do want to pick that one up too, just to see. All right, the only thing I don't like about this one is I wish they had a lighter color, but this is the lightest one they had, and the applicator is really small. But I'm gonna go under my eye. Okay, then I'm gonna do the other eye. All right, then I'm gonna do my nose. And I always do this thing here that I got a scar from. Okay. And then I'm going to do, oh, wait, I forgot to blend out my forehead. Hold on. So remember, I only took the foundation up to like right here. So I'm going to use this Luxie 510 foundation brush. And I go up from my nose and bring that color up here because I didn't go through there with the sponge. And then I blend out that foundation so that it matches. So it looks like it ends at my eyebrow. And my daughter's singing Selena now. Go ahead, girl. And then I go up from here. And I just make a little triangle. And I'll show you what I'm going to do with that now. I can't stand when I watch makeup tutorials and the girl look like she tagged all over her face. She's got dots here, dots here. Like she looked like she's doing tribal makeup. None of that is necessary. You just put the concealer on and you blend it out. You don't need to do all these dots and all this. I don't get that. That's like, really, what are you doing? So I'm going to just push the concealer into my nose like that, into just the bridge of my nose, because that's going to help me get that highlighted color. And then push the concealer into my forehead. Okay. And then with the tip of this, I go in and I blend this out. See what a difference the concealer makes? Like, I had dark circles. Not anymore, girl. All right, I'm going to do the same thing here. And again, this look takes me like literally like 15 minutes, but because I'm talking, and let me tell you, I can talk. So if there's anything you want to talk about, if there's anything you got a question about, please let me know so I can have something more to talk about than just makeup. I said this channel is Lila Loves to Cook, but it really is Lila loves to talk, Lila loves to eat, Lila loves it all. Love life, because you know what? It's too freaking short. It could be gone tomorrow, so do what you got to do now. Okay, so see how the eyeshadow is now like starting to make sense. Before it was like, what the hell is that girl doing? Trust me, I got you. And I'll actually probably do, I'm thinking maybe Friday I could film a full glam like look for you, so you could see what I'm talking about, like the cut crease, this girl's gonna go do it, but in reality I'm just gonna sit in my house and watch a movie. But I think I can do that Friday, possibly. All right, so now I'm going to use the Real Technique setting brush. I feel like a lot of people love this brush because I've seen it in so many beauty videos. And again, this is my everyday look. So some of the powders and stuff I'm going to show you are just for the stuff that I use when I'm at home. I'm going to set my eyes with this Airspun loose face powder. I started using this recently because of my daughter, and I love it. So thank you, kid. And I'm just going to, see, it's got some powder there. I'm just going to dip that in there and then tap it. And then just push it into your eye. Because, again, you shouldn't be brushing it like that. Because, one, you could remove the makeup that you just put in. But, two, you're not going to get that effect. Like, it's not going to set your makeup. Okay? Then I'm going to go into the line here between my neck. And then I'm going to go into this line here. Because, okay, homegirl's getting old. You know, we got to protect ourselves over here. Then I'm going to use this Equal Tools, like, fluffing brush. And believe it or not, I'm going to put this powder all over my face. It's actually just loose, translucent powder. So it's not color. And it doesn't give any flashback. So when you're taking pictures, you ever seen people's pictures and they have all this white in the picture? You're like, what the hell did homegirl do? It's because she used the product that had a lot of flashback. This one does not. So the reason I do this is because, again, I have really oily skin, and I found that ever since I started using this, it would really set my makeup, and it didn't come off even with a mask. So I'm learning, just like you, like that as I get older, my skin changes. You know, the products that I used back when I was younger, they don't work the same for me now because I'm older. And I tap my eyebrows because my eyebrows tend to get oily. And I just push this in like that. Okay. There you go. Now what I'm going to use is, I like to use the translucent powder, but then I also use, again, because I got really oily skin. And don't worry, this look at all this. Wow, that looks great. Okay, so I'm gonna use this Maybelline number 100 translucent powder because, again, And it doesn't look cakey. This is just a loose powder. I'm going to use the same brushes that I used, and I'm going to tap it in again. And again, the only reason I'm doing this is because for a while there, my face was so oily that it was getting to the point that it looked like, I would look at myself in the mirror and I was like, oh my God, I look like a hot mess. What happened? Okay. Now I'm going to use this Laura Mercier Baked Blush Bronze in the color Ritual. And I really, really love this bronzer. But this is the one that I love the most because it has more of a natural glow. When you're using your bronzer, don't skip out on the brand name products, just like the drugstore products, because some of these you could actually find at, where did I find this? I found this at Marshall's for $10. Marshall's for $10. So always check there. I buy my stuff, like I said, everywhere. And I just go in a circular motion. But yeah, don't shy away from the more expensive products. You would think my clothes would be full of this stuff, but I don't know. Somehow they don't get makeup on it. See all the makeup dust I just created? But don't shy away from the expensive products simply because of the price, because sometimes you can find them at Marshall's, Ross, TJ Maxx. So I'm going to line up my chin, my double chin, my first chin and my second chin. And I'm going to do the other side. There you go. Now, don't worry, I'm going to buff that out. Now I'm going to go in this area here, and I'm going to start from the top bottom in a circular motion. Okay. And again, don't worry. We are going to buff that out. Okay. Now, do your forehead. And don't worry. If you use a good detergent, that comes right out. These white towels I only use for my hair because I always get them dirty with makeup anyway. But it always comes out with the Gain. Okay. And then lastly, I'm going to take my brush and kind of squeeze it like that so I get a straight line. I'm just going to do the bridge of my nose. I have a wider nose, which I don't care. I mean, this is a nose I was blessed with, right? It gives me, I'm able to breathe with. And so if you walk out like this, you look like a hot mess, right? We're not done yet. Relax. Remember, I told you with makeup, wait till it's done to complain. Like if you're getting your makeup done, be like, oh my God, I don't like it. Slow down. They're not done yet. All right. So with the makeup, with the blush, today I'm going to use this Almay Healthy Huge Blush in the color... What color are you? Oh, it's something peachy. I took the color off, but it's a peachy color. I like peach colored blushes, especially in the summer. I feel like it blends into the bronzer really well, and it gives you like a sun-kissed look. And I'm going to smile, and I'm just going to tap this on like that. My other cheek. Okay. And this brush is a BDB, Billion Dollar Brushes, and it's a powder brush. And I only use it for my powder, my blush. And when you want to find out where to put your blush, just smile. Smile and put it on the apples here, okay? Reason being, as I've seen people do that 80s look where it's just like this. Don't do that. I'm trying to help you. Help me if there's something I'm doing wrong. I'm trying to help you too. All right, now I'm going to use this Sonia Kashuk brush. I got this at Target. It's a powder brush, and I'm just going to use it to like blend all that in because I don't want harsh lines. I want to look like sun-kissed, So I just blend it out. Okay. I have another brush that I'm going to use now, which is the same. It's an Eco Tools big brush. I don't know, it's like a big brush. And this one's a little bit harsher. And I'm just going to bring that line down because I don't want it to look so harsh. Okay, I haven't done my nose yet. I don't know if you've noticed. I do that last. And then for my nose, I'm going to use this. It's an Eco Tools brush. I don't know which one it is. And I'm just going to tap, lightly tap my nose so that that color blends out. See? Let me just fix my forehead real quick because I feel like the line is still a little bit too harsh. Okay. So now my lips. What I have found, I've been obsessed with liquid. Look at my hair starting to frizz up with liquid lipstick. And I don't know if you noticed, I forgot to tell you about this. I have a thing for gloves. I always put gloves on when I put my face makeup on because I have nails, and when you hold a beauty blender, the makeup gets under it. So in order to avoid doing that, because while you hold the blender, I just put a glove on. So if you're wondering like, what the hell did she put that glove on, there you go, girl. All right, so our last thing I'm gonna do is my lips. Okay, so as far as my lips go, I'm going to use this Milani Understatement lip liner in the color French Rose. And then I'm going to use this Sephora, I can never say it, Sephora Cream Lip Stain, I think that's what it's called, in the number 13. And I'm blind, so I can't see what the name is, but the number is 13. And if you really want something that sticks for a long time, Sephora Cream Lip Stains, I have them in so many different colors. They're about 20 bucks each. They're a little pricey, but I'm going to tell you they do have a long wear. Also under your mask, if you're still wearing mask. And then another one that I've recently got turned on to is this Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink. I had mine on yesterday all day, even while biting into a sandwich. So those work really well. So I'm gonna line my lips. Come through 90s. Remember the 90s? I don't know if you guys did like I did, but I would line my lips in like dark burgundy liner or almost black liner, and then put a little lip gloss clear and thought I was doing it. I was not doing it. I looked like a 90s fool. So now I'm going to go ahead and add my lip color. Okay. I like this because it's not so dry. I think my husband just burped and I think you heard it. And there you go. So I'm going to walk away for a minute and do my hair, and I'll be right back and I'll show you what it looks like all together. All right, guys. Well, here's the finished look. this is a look for the day for me to go from this room to the couch, because today is Sunday, so I just threw on a comfortable t-shirt, some leggings, and I'm just gonna hang out at home and relax. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I know it's something a little bit different, but I love sharing things with people. I love watching videos like this, and I'm hoping that you do the same. This is not a total glam channel or anything like that. This is just me having a good time, enjoying things that I like to share with people and that I like to watch myself. And this is real life. This is me in between cooking meals, taking care of the family, working, doing everything I gotta do, even picking up the dog poop, but really just sharing a little bit of my life with you. I hope you enjoy. If there's any specific looks that you want to see, or if you have any questions about any of the other videos, if you want to see hair tutorials, I do everything with this crazy hair that I have. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate all the love and support on my channel. Don't forget to smile. It looks good on you. And not only do you have to get your butts in the kitchen, like I say in my other videos, but take some time to take, even if it's just a little bit of lip gloss. If you're having a bad day, there's nothing a nice hoop and some lip gloss can't help you with. So again, don't forget to smile. It looks good on you. Bye, guys.